Imagine the familiar struggle. You've been on a roller coaster of weight loss and gain and you're desperate for a solution. It's the merry-go-round of diets. One day you're cutting carbs, the next you're swearing off fats. But then, you come across something that seems almost too easy, the egg and grapefruit diet. A diet that promises quick weight loss with just 2 simple ingredients. It's tempting, isn't it? The allure of simplicity in a world of complex dietary advice. An egg for breakfast, a grapefruit for lunch, and voila. The pounds supposedly start to melt away like butter in a hot pan. But there's that nagging voice in the back of your mind. Is this just another fad? Can it really be that simple? And more importantly, is it sustainable? My previous attempts at weight loss were a montage of frustration and disappointment. The endless calorie counting, the restrictive food lists, the constant battle of wills between me and the chocolate cake in the fridge. It was exhausting. And despite the sweat, the tears, and the discarded candy wrappers, the scale barely budged. So when I stumbled upon the egg and grapefruit diet, I was skeptical, yet intrigued. Could this be the solution I was searching for? The answer to my weight loss woes? There was only one way to find out. And so, I embarked on my egg and grapefruit diet journey, hopeful, skeptical, and ready for change. The first few days were a whirlwind of excitement. Who would have thought that a diet revolving around eggs and grapefruit could kick off such a promising start? The scale was finally moving in the right direction, and my energy levels were soaring. It felt like a dream come true. But as they say, all that glitters is not gold. While the initial days were marked by a delightful surprise, the realities of the diet soon started to unfold. Imagine waking up to the same breakfast of boiled eggs and grapefruit every single day. The monotony was numbing, to say the least. The lack of variety was not the only issue. There was a constant, nagging feeling of egg fatigue. The once tempting aroma of eggs slowly turned into a scent I dreaded. The grapefruit, as refreshing as it was, could not compensate for the culinary joy I was missing out on. As the days passed, another concern started to creep in. Was I getting all the nutrients my body needed? Relying solely on eggs and grapefruit, it was hard to believe I was. The diet was high in protein, sure, but what about the other vital nutrients? The potential risk of nutrient deficiencies became an unsettling thought that was hard to ignore. And then there was the biggest challenge of all, maintaining the diet long-term. The initial excitement gradually faded into a struggle of will. The stringent rules started feeling like a burden. The diet was not just about losing weight anymore, it was about battling against my own cravings and desires. The inevitable happened. The discipline wavered, the rules were broken, and slowly but surely, the weight started creeping back. It was a harsh reality check. The diet that seemed like a magic bullet for weight loss was nothing more than a mirage. But soon, the cracks began to show. The diet was unsustainable, and the weight started creeping back. The egg and grapefruit diet, as enticing as it was in the beginning, turned out to be a short-lived adventure. A quick fix that was too good to be true. It was a hard pill to swallow, but it was a necessary lesson. A lesson that led to a much-needed shift in perspective. But more on that later. For now, let's take a moment to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Quick fixes are not the answer to sustainable weight loss. I realized the egg and grapefruit diet was just a band-aid solution. I needed a real change. That's when the shift began. The shift towards balance. The shift towards sustainability. I started to see food not as the enemy, but as a friend. A friend that nourishes, energizes, and supports. I discovered the magic of whole foods and the joy of variety. The vibrant colors of fruits and vegetables, the hearty satisfaction of whole grains, the comforting richness of lean proteins. Instead of focusing on what I couldn't eat, I started to explore what I could. I began to appreciate the crunch of a fresh apple, the sweet burst of berries, the earthy aroma of roasted vegetables. I traded egg and grapefruit monotony for a rainbow of flavors and textures. And oh, how liberating it was. I was no longer bound by the restrictive rules of a fad diet. I was free to enjoy food again, to savor every bite, to celebrate the diversity of nature's bounty. But it wasn't just about the food, it was also about the mindset. I realized that dieting wasn't a war against my body, but a partnership with it. I learned to listen to my body's signals, to eat when I was hungry and stop when I was full, to respect my body's needs and honor its capabilities. I also realized that movement mattered. It wasn't about punishing workouts or torturous routines, it was about finding joy in movement. Maybe it was a brisk walk in the park, a dance class, or a yoga session. The form didn't matter. What mattered was that it was enjoyable, sustainable, and a celebration of what my body could do. This was my new journey. A journey of balance, a journey of sustainability, a journey of self-love and respect. And guess what? It worked. Not overnight, of course, but slowly, steadily, I began to see changes. Not just in my weight, but in my energy, my mood, my confidence. It was a journey of discovery, of learning to love food again, and embracing movement as a celebration of what my body could do. The biggest transformation wasn't on the scale, it was within me. It was in the way I started seeing myself, not just as a number on a weighing scale, but as a person with inherent worth. I found a new sense of self-esteem, not from shedding pounds, but from embracing a healthier lifestyle. I felt more energized, more alive, and more present in my own life. This journey wasn't just about weight loss, it was about overall health and well-being. It was about breaking free from the shackles of a diet that was, in reality, a temporary fix. It was about understanding that healthy living is not just about what you eat, but how you eat, why you eat, when you eat. It was about acknowledging that health goes beyond the confines of a weighing scale, and is reflected in the energy you have, the sleep you get, the mood you maintain, and the joy you find in everyday life. Along the way, I was lucky to find a community of like-minded individuals. They were people who had walked the same path, faced the same struggles, and were willing to share their experiences. Their stories inspired me, their victories motivated me, and their support strengthened me. My journey taught me that weight loss is more than just numbers. It's about well-being, it's about being happy. It's about finding a balance that works for you and embracing a lifestyle that nourishes not just your body, but also your soul. So here's my message to all of you out there on a similar journey. It's time to ditch the fads, the quick fixes, the rapid solutions that don't last. Instead, embrace your path, your unique journey to a healthier, happier you. Share your experiences, your struggles and successes, because we're all in this together. Let's open up a conversation about sustainable weight loss and well-being. Remember, it's not about a quick fix, it's about a lifestyle change. And you're capable of making that change. You've got this.